Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Spring Bundle 2025 of March 2025 to help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, a crossover fighting game that is similar to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but with Nickelodeon characters. The game includes a satisfying roster of over 20 characters from multiple eras of Nickelodeon, each with unique playstyles, taunts, and poses based on internet memes. The gameplay is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl's strength. The platform fighting mechanics play like Super Smash Bros. You attack other characters to increase their damage percentage, while you become more vulnerable when you have a high percentage, and jump around with freedom. Normal attacks come in light and heavy varieties, and there's a rock paper scissors system to determine priority. You can keep moving and jumping after grabbing your opponent and block indefinitely, but breaking a block near the ledge opens the blocker up to serious punishment. Each character has its own special attacks, making the gameplay diverse and fun. While all might seem great, unfortunately the developer's modest budget affected the production value, making the game look decent but rough, with wonky character models, and it started its life with no voice acting for the characters. Thankfully, voice acting was added later on with a free update. The soundtrack tries to evoke the instruments and musical styles of each show, but lacks classic theme songs. In conclusion, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is a delightfully silly crossover that is also a legitimately great fighting game. Its roster, gameplay mechanics, and addictive improv feel make it a game worth playing despite its occasional subpar wrapper. Its passion for Nickelodeon is evident, and while it falls short in certain areas, it is still a diamond in the rough. Get it? That's from Aladdin, which is totally not from Nickelodeon. And number 2 we have The Beast Inside, a survival horror game that will have you play as 2 different characters across 2 different times. You start out as Adam, a cryptographer during the Cold War era who's moved to the countryside with his wife to find some peace. While exploring your new home, you find a notebook, and being a curious person that you are without knowing that you're in a horror game, you open it and your world just turned into hell. You're now tasked to uncover the mysteries of an unsolved murder that happened in the home from the past. The other character you'll play as is Nicholas, the resident of the same house back in 1864, returning to investigate a family mystery of his own. Nicholas has had a troubled past, having spent 10 years of his life in an asylum. Unfortunately, the nightmares of the past have come to life in Adam's time period, putting his own and his family's lives in danger. Both Adam and Nicholas have suppressed secrets and violent memories, dangers hidden within them. Most of the horror sections occur in the past, while puzzles and exploration happens in the present. The story is actually really good, as they intertwine 2 stories together smoothly. There are plenty of jump scares in this game, although a lot of them are predictable and over time you kinda come to expect them. The atmosphere is dark, literally, and there are some mechanics with light that you need to use. Some cutscenes are bloody, so if you have a queasy stomach, you have been warned. In terms of gameplay, you'll be doing the usual go find this, examine that, then use that to open a door. Oh look, it's a puzzle, let's solve it. In saying that, the puzzles are actually quite interesting as they help tell the story, and some can be challenging. This game features multiple endings, so if you want to see them all, you'll be playing this for quite some time. If you're into a good survival horror experience with a good story, I would recommend The Beast Inside. And number 3 we have Metal Unit, a game that offers exciting blend of sci-fi action and roguelike gameplay. Published by NeoWiz and developed by Jelly Snow, the game presents a fresh perspective on the genre. If you're a fan of series like Gantz and Neon Genesis Evangelion, the concept of exosuit-clad heroines may capture your attention. Playing as Joanna, an M-suit pilot on a mission to find her rogue sister, you navigate intricate narratives under the guidance of Master and alongside your ally, Falcon. The story, while intriguing, can be complex due to its twists and a large cast of characters. The gameplay is a unique blend of roguelike mechanics and skill-based action. Metal Unit provides ample empowerment, allowing players to clear stages gracefully with the right loadout. The customization of M-suits enhances the experience, and procedurally generated stage layouts reveal secrets, adding depth to the gameplay. Boss encounters and navigation features contribute to the game's immersive nature. Visually, the animations effectively convey enemy attacks, and the sound design complements the sci-fi themes. In summary, Metal Unit emerges captivating narrative and gameplay in a roguelike setting. The game's unique elements and customization options make it a valuable addition to the genre. While the story's complexity and controls could present challenges, the overall experience remains engaging. Metal Unit stands as a noteworthy contender to the roguelike landscape. And number 4 we have Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Grand Prix, a substantially improved kart racer over its predecessor, addressing several issues and delivering an overall more enjoyable experience. Bamtang Games has rectified the problems of the first game by expanding the roster, including characters from various Nicktoons spanning the 90s and early 2000s. You'll delve into Nickelodeon's rich history, selecting drivers from iconic characters like Angelica from Rugrats, Heifer from Rocko's Modern Life, Danny Phantom, Cat Dog, and more. Unlike the previous title, each character is now distinct, possessing unique stats in top speed, turbo, steering, and drift. The addition of a pit crew with specific abilities further enhances gameplay, offering strategic options to navigate the tracks effectively. With 50 crew members and 28 tracks, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 provides ample variety. Kart customization allows you to tailor your vehicle's stats, and the inclusion of a slime meter adds a Nickelodeon twist to classic kart racing elements. The tracks, inspired by Nicktoon properties, offer diverse environments, complementing the overall experience. The game introduces challenges, time trials, and boss battles, expanding single-player content. Auto-accelerate and suggested part options cater to different player preferences, making the game accessible for various skill levels. The sequel excels in delivering smoother, more intense races, especially at faster game speeds. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2, Grand Prix, delivers a satisfying kart racing experience, blending nostalgia with improved gameplay mechanics. The absence of character voiceovers is a missed opportunity, but doesn't overshadow the overall positive aspect of the game. Whether engaging in single-player challenges or multiplayer mayhem, the sequel is a delightful addition for fans of Nickelodeon's animated legacy. At number 5 we have Stuffo the Puzzle Bot, a chill yet brainy puzzle game that throws you into a world of cleverly designed logic puzzles. You control Stuffo, a lone puzzle bot, navigating bite-sized levels by stacking, pushing, and teleporting blocks to reach the exit. It is pure problem-solving bliss. No timers, no twitch reflexes, just you and your wits. The game's difficulty ramps up smoothly, introducing new mechanics at a perfect pace. Some puzzles seem impossible at first, but when you crack them, it is incredibly satisfying. Many levels even offer an optional challenge for extra bragging rights. If you love logic puzzles, this game fires on all cylinders. Visually, Stuffo nails the pixel art aesthetic with a clean, atmospheric style. The soundtrack, absolute vibes, trippy, electronic beats to keep your brain engaged without being distracted. It's the kind of game where you can zone in, get lost in thought, and suddenly feel like a genius when a solution clicks. Accessibility is also a strong point. Controls are simple, with full remapping support, and there is no need for quick reactions. Colorblind friendly design, adjustable graphic settings, and a focus on logic over reflexes make it welcoming for a wide range of players. If you're after a smart, laid-back puzzler that respects your time and intelligence, Stuffo the Puzzle Bot is a must-play. It might not reinvent the genre, but it delivers a polished, satisfying experience with enough depth to keep you hooked. Highly recommended, especially for puzzle fans. At number 6 we have Another Crusade, a turn-based RPG with platforming elements that draws heavy inspiration from Super Mario RPG. You step into the role of Rai Raysand and his companions as they navigate a whimsical puppet-like world filled with challenging battles and comical moments. The game combines traditional turn-based combat with a timed hit system, requiring precise button presses to maximize attacks and defenses. If you enjoy games that demand strategic thinking, this one will test your skills. Normal mode is unforgiving, with tight timing windows and tanky enemies that force you to master the mechanics. However, an easy mode has been introduced, widening the timing windows and reducing enemy health for a more accessible experience. Platforming adds an extra layer of depth, though the lack of a persistent drop shadow makes jumping puzzles occasionally frustrating. The game shines in its charming visuals, expressive animations, and engaging soundtrack. Its humor and numerous references to SMRPG add to the nostalgic appeal, though some may find the frequent fourth wall breaking a bit excessive. The world is expansive, but its maze-like design can lead to confusion, and the absence of a map system makes navigation difficult. Despite some rough edges, Another Crusade captures the essence of classic RPG experience while adding its own twists. If you're looking for a fresh take on a timed hit RPG formula with a good dose of challenge, this game is worth a try. It may not be perfect, but it is a lovingly crafted indie title that deserves more attention. At number 7 we have EchoBlade, an indie adventure game that stands out with its unique echolocation mechanic. This retro-style title blends puzzle solving, minor combat elements, and character progression. However, its unconventional gameplay and dated visuals will divide players. You'll either be drawn in by its distinctive mechanics or turned off within minutes. You start as a blind prisoner trapped in a dark dungeon, relying on echolocation to navigate, solve puzzles, and battle guards. Every movement sends out waves of light to reveal your surroundings, while objects and enemies glow in different colors. This innovative mechanic makes exploration both challenging and rewarding. Despite the game's rudimentary nature, the drip vent mechanics and sense of disorientation create a captivating experience. The gameplay is simple, with a sword, crossbow, and armor at your disposal. You can run, jump, roll, and interact with objects, but combat feels sluggish due to unresponsive controls. The crossbow is frustratingly inaccurate, and dodging traps can be a hassle. However, the level design offers branching paths, secrets, and replay value, which add to the game's longevity. Visually, EchoBlade looks outdated, with rough textures and a basic color palette. Yet, the use of vivid hues in a dark setting enhances immersion. The audio is similarly old school, functional but uninspired. Despite shortcomings, EchoBlade offers a unique experience. If you can tolerate the clunky combat and simple graphics, its echolocation-based exploration is worth your time. At number 8 we have Blade Assault, a 2D roguelite action platformer set in the dystopian sci-fi world. You take on the role of a resistance fighter, battling the oppressive forces of Esperanza, using transformable weapons and randomized upgrades to enhance your combat prowess. With fast-paced action, stylish pixel art, and a cyberpunk aesthetic, the game aims to deliver an engaging roguelike experience. Combat is fluid and rewarding, with a variety of cores and upgrades to modify your attacks. Dodging, slashing, and utilizing special skills feel responsive, though enemy health scaling in later stages can make encounters feel drawn out. The game offers multiple playable characters, but only the main one has additional weapons, suggesting unfinished content. Progression is a mixed bag. While unlocking new characters and upgrades add some replayability, many in-run upgrades feel insignificant, offering minor stat boosts rather than game-changing effects. The meta progression is serviceable, but does not provide the depth seen in other roguelikes like Skull the Hero Slayer or Dead Cells. Technical issues can hinder the experience. Some players report controller malfunctions, unresponsive menus, and awkward default controls. The lack of a proper ending and unfinished elements hint that the developers may have abandoned further updates. If you enjoy roguelikes and want to pick it up, Blade Assault offers fun, fast-paced action with an eye-catching pixel art style. For a more polished experience with deeper mechanics, you may want to consider alternatives. At number 9 we have Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid Saga continues, a tie-in beat-em-up game based around the Netflix series. It will bring you back to your childhood while also propelling you to the future of a beloved series. You'll love playing as students and masters from both Miyagi-Do Karate and Cobra Kai Dojo. If you're an OG Miyagi-Do fan, that's where you should start. The first mission takes you through the familiar golf and stuff from the movies and TV show, where you start as Sam and quickly learn how to play. If you go with Cobra Kai, you'll play as Miguel and learn from that side of the story. The game's progression system is a great feature that improves your character's fighting abilities and powers. You can also level up your dojo, which adds an RPG element to the game, and lets you feel more involved in how your personal story evolves. Another mechanic that enhances this involvement is the ability to switch between members of the dojo at any time during your run. This is crucial if your character is hurt, because you can switch to a fresh fighter to take out the bad guys. You can also use your dojo skills, a special attack for your fighters that varies between each character. The music and voice recordings in the game are on point with the genre for the films and the time period itself. The songs from the show are timeless, and some of the most iconic in movie history. The voiceovers by most of the main cast are also excellent, which helps tie the game to the TV show. One downside to the game is the movement portion of the combat. You can only punch and kick in one way or another, to the left or right, and you cannot attack at an angle, which is limiting. Punching and kicking are in a straight line, and the only way to attack multiple people at once is by using the dojo skill or moving around the screen until all the enemies are grouped together for your murdering kicks and hits to land. However, this doesn't take away from the overall enjoyment of the game. If you're a fan of the Karate Kid universe, you'll definitely want to check this game out. It's a great way to crane kick your way back into the world of 80s nostalgia. At number 10 we have Doomies, or Damikira, a fast-paced chaotic arcade shooter that throws you into relentless battles against mutated animals in a world drenched in blood and carnage. This title originally started as the Doomies series, before evolving into its current form. Now, with refined mechanics and local multiplayer, it is clear that Damikira is aiming big. The gameplay is frantic and addictive. You blast through procedurally generated levels, completing objectives such as eliminating enemies, rescuing scientists, or racking up massive kill combos. The grappling hook adds an extra layer of movement that keeps things fast and fluid, while bullet time moments give you the chance to react in style. With 28 unlockable guns and various power-ups, each run feels unique and engaging. Visually, Damikira leans into its over-the-top aesthetic with exaggerated gore and environmental storytelling that highlights the brutal nature of its world. The music is an intense metal soundtrack that matches the game's high energy, though you can turn it off if it's not your style. The voice acting is functional, but the announcer's muffled audio could use improvement. Despite strengths, the game lacks a proper tutorial, making it difficult to grasp all mechanics right away. The inability to rebind controls or use cloud saves is also a drawback. However, these are minor issues compared to the game's overall quality. If you love chaotic action and a strong gameplay loop, Damikira is a must-play. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is an absolute steal, delivering serious value for gamers who love a good deal. Fanatical is really flexing in 2025, stacking bundles that make Humble look weak. Whether you're into classic-style Metroidvanias like Alwa's games, slick action titles like Blade Assault, or hidden indie gems, this bundle has something for you. The best part? Discounts apply even if you grab just one game. If you're on the fence, don't be. This bundle is a no-brainer. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos for buying the channel a coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.